Hey, what's up, guys? Today we are continuing our study on James. And my question to you this morning is this. Might be a little bit simple one, but how do you tell if a pepper is spicy? I love spicy foods. I love jalapenos, habanero peppers, whatever. So, how do you tell if that thing is spicy? Pretty obvious question. Well, but if you take a bite of it, right? If you take, because some jalapeno peppers they look spicy, but they're not, and some jalapeno peppers they look like, maybe they're mild, but then you take a bite out of them and it's like super spicy. Or for instance, how do you tell if a certain boba tea is any good? There's a bunch of boba tea places in town that I haven't tried and I want to try in. And how do you tell? Well, you take a sip of that tea and see, oh, okay, the boba has good texture, good, the tea has good flavor, or maybe it's a so-so, or maybe it's not any good at all. But like the proof of the pudding is in the taste, right? The proof of the boba tea is in the taste. The hotness, the spiciness of the pepper is in the bite. And in asking that, the topic today is how do you tell if someone is a believer? How do you tell if that person actually believes in Jesus Christ? And so it's an interesting passage here, maybe a little bit controversial, but it's talking about faith and works, not faith versus works, but faith and works. Faith meaning putting your belief in Jesus Christ, and works as in, well, what are the fruits? What are the result of believing in Jesus Christ? Does it mean you show good to your neighbors, good to your family, devotion to your Lord? So let me read it from James 2. It says, "What good is it, my brothers, if someone says he has faith but does not have works? Can that faith save him? If a brother or sister is poorly clothed and lacking in daily food, and one of you says to them, 'Go in peace, be warm and filled,' without giving them the things needed for the body, what good is that? So also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead." Now that sounds pretty harsh, right? If you think about that, it says faith without you showing any good works, any fruit, is dead. Like no heartbeat. It has no purpose. And so I think here James is challenging us. We are obviously not saved by good works, right? We're not saved by anything good that we do, but he's saying works should come as a result of your faith. Good works like helping the poor, um, forgiving your enemies, devotion to your Lord, right? The spiritual disciplines of reading and praying, and even character, right? Like patience and love and kindness and humility. You could, turn and flip to the passages of the Bible that talk about the fruit of the Spirit. Those are some of the works that we can do. And here, James specifically focuses on, if you say you're a believer, if you say you've been saved, but you don't show any kindness to somebody that is poor, you don't show them any grace or mercy, you don't really give them anything, but you just say, okay, have a good day, go in peace. He says, what good is that? God gave us faith, salvation, so that we might show good works to the world. So ultimately, it could point back to Him. And so, I encourage you to think about what are the different ways you could show good works. Obviously, we could think about those marginalized, the people that might be suffering or in struggle or just in difficult situations, whether financially or emotionally, spiritually, a lot of different ways right now. Um, Also works, between you and the Lord. What are some fruit that you could be cultivating with God in daily prayer, in daily meditation, in reading His Word? Maybe that means you learn to give, maybe of your time and money, or learning to serve somewhere, at a in youth group or in church or other ways, trying to find creative ways. And I think all this to say, Jesus is not a get out of free um, jail card, right? He's not fire insurance. He didn't just save you so that you would just remain there. He says, you know what? If you have faith in Jesus, then that should produce some action because of the love God gave you. You would want to obviously show that to the world. So, a few closing questions for you. Um, the first one being, what does works look like for you? What does good works look like for you? Does it look like in character, in love, patience? Does it look like helping out with your family or showing them more patience? Does it look like maybe in school, dedicating that to the Lord, or in your own faith, in your own youth group, trying to take opportunities to serve? And then two, just encourage you to how can you remind yourself that you're saved by faith and works is a result that Jesus saves you, but then we should be, offering our bodies, our minds, our hearts, our service to God because we want to serve Him. So hopefully you think about that. Hopefully you go buy on a jalapeno pepper or have some boba tea today, and encourage you to reflect on faith and works. Have a good one. Thanks.